All right, y'all. We are at day 2 of the foundation plan, and this day specifically focuses on unilateral movements, utilizing those dumbbells to iron out imbalances and focus on muscle development. Now, for our first exercise, we have Bulgarian split squats. This right here, I'm utilizing to really get a lot of tension in the quads specifically, as that's one of my key areas I want to grow. Our next warm up is the incline chest press. I'm bringing those elbows closer towards the midline to emphasize a little bit more horizontal adduction for that chest activation. And next we have rows on the list for this plan. Here I could have went down a little bit more, but it's just a warm-up set. We ain't gonna kill ourselves. Now to get into the actual working sets for the Bulgarian split squats, I have the heel elevated slightly to emphasize more quad. But I notice here I was still a little bit wide. As you can see, the knees is still about 90 degrees. So for the second set, after we completed this one, I brought my feet closer towards the bench and drove that knee over the toe a little bit while keeping my torso upright to get more quad. So just know, anytime you're trying to bias your quad, I know they always talk about some muscle biasing out here. It is all about your angles and how you do it. And to do that specifically for Bulgarians, get those feet closer towards the bench, body upright. Now for our incline chest press, again, we added a little bit of weight now that we're in our working set. But what you see me doing here is as I'm coming up, the elbow is coming in towards the bit line, really emphasizing that pec. Very good for good isolation. We have the rows here next on the list, getting a good squeeze. And what I like to aim for is wrist to hips. Yes, wrist to hips if you really want to isolate those lats on the row. You don't need to be scrunching your arm all the way up. That's going to put more emphasis on the biceps. Focus on wrist to hips to get that back going. And here's that second set. And mind you, for all of these exercises, we're doing about 2 sets. I'm going about 2 to 3 reps in reserve, as this is my lightweight. This is week 1 back after 2 weeks off. So make sure we keep that in mind because things will be light, but we will be ramping it up soon. Here we are finishing off with some tricep work with lying tricep extensions. Now these I did push a little bit closer towards failure as it is an isolation movement. And since it doesn't have as much CNS fatigue depth that comes with it, I was able to push them. Plus the triceps need a little love. To follow up from that movement, we did some diamond push-ups. Yes, had to get me a calisthenics movement, even though it wasn't a part of the unilateral plan, just to give those triceps a little bit of extra love. And the man had to sneak some push-ups in there. But this is the end of day 2. I hope you enjoyed.